Breaking ground and the slab. We start by clearing the lot. Just like a real construction site, we mark our boundaries in the dirt. Notice the rebar, those metal stakes being driven into the ground. These are the bones of the house. We lay down a wire mesh to act as a skeleton, then pour our first layer of concrete. This is the foundation slab. It has to be perfectly level, or the whole house will lean. We use a flat tool called a trowel to smooth it out before it dries, creating a solid floor for our villa, rising walls, and the big pillar. Now, the walls begin to rise. We're using a running bond pattern with the bricks, staggering them so the seams don't line up. This makes the wall much stronger. As we build, we leave voids or gaps. These aren't mistakes. They are for the windows and doors. Look at that large central pillar being molded. In a modern home, this is a load-bearing column. It allows us to have huge open spaces inside without the roof caving in. We pour wet concrete into a wooden form, let it harden, and then peel the wood away like a shell. 1 to 130, the second floor, and formwork. We've reached the ceiling of the first floor. To pour a concrete ceiling in midair, we use formwork, temporary wooden platforms that hold the wet, heavy concrete until it dries. We lay down more blue mesh for reinforcement. You'll notice the roof sticks out past the walls. This is a cantilever. It creates a floating look and provides natural shade for the windows below, a classic trick in modern architecture to keep the house cool. Plastering and the skin. The house looks blocky right now, so we start the rendering process. This is like putting icing on a cake. We spread a thin layer of smooth. Notice the slope. In a real house, this has to be calculated carefully so a car doesn't scrape its bottom when driving in. Waterproofing and painting. Now for the aesthetics. We apply a crisp white base coat. White is popular for modern villas because it reflects sunlight, keeping the structure from absorbing too much heat. We then add charcoal gray accents on the pillars and roof edges. This two-tone look adds depth and makes the house look expensive. We also ensure the flat roof is sealed tight. In reality, we'd use a rubber membrane here to make sure not a single drop of rain leaks into the living room. The grand reveal. Finally, the jewelry goes on, the glass. We slide in dark-framed windows. Large glass panes are the soul of a modern villa. They blur the line between the inside and the outside world. We add the final steps, a few decorative touches, and there it is. The reality check. To build this full scale, you'd need a structural engineer to approve those wide spans and a high-end waterproofing team for that flat roof. But as you can see, the logic of the mini build is exactly how a multi-million-dollar mansion is born. Could you see yourself living in a full-scale version of this villa? House drop a yes in the comments if you love this modern look, and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you appreciate the craftsmanship.